Planning your trip to Madagascar can be overwhelming sometimes, especially for first-timers. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things you need to know before going to Madagascar. Welcome to this video. My name is Santinah and I'm so happy to have you here. I am from Reunion Island, which is a French island in the Indian Ocean next to Madagascar and Mauritius. So today I'd love to talk to you about Madagascar because it's the country where my parents were born, and I feel like there's not a lot of things that people know about it. First, you need to know that Madagascar's population is 25.5 million people and the capital's name is Antananarivo. There's around 1.6 million people in the capital. I have to say that Madagascar is a poor country, yes, and the fourth biggest island in the world, and it's also called the 8th continent. Now, if you want to know about the visa, you need a visa to go to Madagascar. In the airplane, I think they will give you a piece of paper, and then arriving in Madagascar, you will be able to pay for your visa. But be careful to have your cash with you. You have to have money with you. So 30 to 35 US dollars are usually the prices for 30 days stays in Madagascar per person. Before you go to Madagascar, please make sure that you go to your doctor and you check if he can give you some prescription of medicine against malaria, because it's quite a disease that is there, so you have to be careful. And because it's a poor country, it's still getting better. Things are getting better now, but for the internet connection is a little bit slow. So I would recommend you to download everything you need to download before you go to Madagascar. You can access 4G or even 3G depending on the city where you are, but most of the time it's quite slow. And yeah, so please, you have to make sure if you use your phone all the time, make sure to download everything beforehand. Now let's talk about money. If you want to know the budget you need to have to go to Madagascar, I think if you are looking for an adventurous travel, if you are not really into like luxury, even if you can have a luxury travel over there, you can think about around 60 US dollars per day. That includes hotels, but like not very high-end hotels, food, and also transport. But that is only if you're planning on traveling on a budget. If you have more budget, I think you can go up to like 150 up to 200 US dollars a day. You have to bear in mind that you will not be able to find a lot of ATMs or banks around, so please bring your cash with you. You can find someone around that can help you, a guide or a friend, or just, ask around for someone that can help you to get a good exchange rate. Usually the exchange rate at the bank is not really good, so please make sure you find someone. Anyway, you need to have someone with you. It's really hard to just go to Madagascar alone without knowing anyone. You can go on different websites to look for someone that can help you. I think there's a lot of agencies around, tour guides. Hire someone to just guide you around. Now let's talk about the language. In Madagascar, people don't speak English. I know that in a lot of country you can get around with English, but you might have few people that speaks English, but it's really rare. So they speak Malagasy and they speak French. And even though a lot of people speak French, people who go to school speak French, if you go to villages, they might know 1 or 2 words, but that's it. So make sure to have someone, again, that can help you to go around, to buy stuff, etc. Or you can also learn French or Malagasy. The reason why you need someone that is Malagasy with you is because you might have places where there's a price for foreigners and prices for local. It can be double the price. It can be even more than that. So make sure to have someone with you, so then you can have also about the same price as the local. National Geography said Madagascar is shaped like the left footprint of the gods. If you take a look at your left foot, you will see that it's about the same shape as Madagascar. From the very top till the very end, it can take around 1,000 miles. So if you think you're like, all right, so it's quite easy to go around, I think it'll be easy to travel because 1,000 miles is doable within few hours. The roads in Madagascar are really muddy. So it's really hard. It takes a very long time to travel. It's not easy and it's very slow to travel around Madagascar. So you have to be ready for changes. Things are not always going to go the way you want it to go, especially if you travel with a group of people. Unless you have your private driver, which is possible, you can hire someone for like $50 a day. You can have your private car, private driver that can just take you anywhere. But if you go with taxis, we have those taxi brews where you can just travel with around a lot of people. It's like a bus that goes around Madagascar. It's cheaper, but then again, there's a lot of people with you. There's no limits to how many people can be inside. You can be surrounded by so many people, and it can be good for if you're alone, but I think if you travel with your family, you better hire a private driver with a private car. You cannot travel at night because you have some roads where there's no light, and it's actually not really convenient for the driver to drive at night. So if you find any hostels or hotels on your way to your destination, please make sure you just book 1 or 2 nights, maybe 1 night, so then you can just rest and then go back and travel the next day early in the morning. That's what we usually do when I travel with my family. We travel daytime, and then when it comes to like past 9 o'clock, even 8 o'clock, we just stop somewhere, sleep and have dinner, and and then the next day around 5 or 4 in the morning we just wake up, and then we go back on the road. Yes, you can eat very good food in Madagascar. The food in Madagascar has a lot of influences. So again, Madagascar used to be a French colony, so you have a lot of baguettes everywhere, you have bread, you know, that's really French, and then you also have the influence of Asia with the rice, because you know, one of the first people that came into Madagascar were from Southeast Asia, from Malaysia, Indonesia, Borneo. So the food over there is really based on rice. You have rice all the time. People eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you have to be ready to eat rice. It's delicious. Yes, Malagasy people eat a lot of rice. They eat more rice than Chinese. Now, if you go to very touristy places, if you go to national parks, for example, you will have some guides that are mandatory in those parks, which means that you have to hire that person in that park to take you around. They know exactly where to go. They live there sometimes. They're just reliable and actually really useful. Some of the very touristy places that you can go to are the Allée des Baobabs in Morondava. You have the national park at Isalu. You have the national park of Bemaraha. You have the Ruva Ambuhimanga. You also have the Nosy Manga Bay. You have some islands around like Sainte Marie or Nosy Bay on the north, which is a very huge vacation place. People love to go there for their holidays. It's just tropical, the weather is beautiful, you can just swim and do some snorkeling. There's just so many things to see. But I think next time I'm going to talk to you about what to do in Madagascar. Okay, so Malagasy people are very friendly, and it's actually really safe to go around. Like anywhere in the world, you have to be careful with pickpockets. You have to just take your stuff and put it in a safe place, and so then you can just avoid having any pickpockets whatsoever. And people in Madagascar will always be happy to welcome you in their house, and they're just always ready to share their food with you. So really, you have to be open-minded with what's gonna happen over there. I really hope that this video was helpful. Please, if you have any questions about your next trip to Madagascar, if you have any questions about what to do in Madagascar, please leave me a comment below. Or if you've been to Madagascar and want to share your story, please do it. If you have anything to add, I probably forgot a few things. I'm gonna make another video to be more precise regarding to few points that I mentioned. But yes, I'm very happy to do this new series of videos about Madagascar. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the like button. Don't forget to do what makes you sparkle. See you very soon. If you want to say goodbye in Malagasy, we say Veluma. So I'm telling you now, Veluma!